Hello, welcome to another pick a group, pick a deck, pick a card. I like the way pick a card sounds, rolls off the tongue. I'm so glad you're here. So it's me, your millennial grandmother, Glenna, and thank you for joining me at Glenna Girl Tarot. What do you think of that name? Do you want to put it in the comments below? Yeah. Grab your coffee, grab your tea. We're about to get into it. This eclipse season was intense. By the time I upload this, I think it will have been a really kooky little week of astrological weather. So we're going to dive in, see what's what. I think it's just gonna be like, what do you need to know right now? Yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. Hey, welcome in. I tried contouring. Mostly I just feel ridiculous about my nose. Just make my nose look really pointy. Smudge that down a bit. Let's dive in here. Get your water. If you're here, you chose this deck, the Rider-Smith Waite and the Apophyllite. Ooh, catch that. Yes, ma'am. I'm just gonna jump into it. Okay. Wow, okay. Let's start. Okay. Are you thinking about the shoulda, woulda, couldas? I think you feel a little bit bound by what you think the right thing is, like in a sense of like valiance, but maybe it's not quite what you thought it would be. You know some things now and you're like, where's my parade? Sorry. Where's my parade? Where's my parade? Why didn't this work? I feel like something got jammed. So we've got the Devil, Justice, Knight of Wands reversed, the Hanged Man. I like to call it Suspension. Nine of Cups reversed, Page of Pentacles, and some back of the deck energy, Queen of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, and then lingering around is Four of Swords and Four of Wands. Okay, I think you're taking yourself on a little loop. Are you rushing around trying to help everybody, but you're not really tending to yourself? It's a feeling I'm picking up on with this Knight of Wands reversed. You know, that can be, it's about like our movement in the world. And the Knight of Wands in us is like, I'm gonna do this because I want to, not because I have to. If I feel like I have to do something, that's not a reason to do it. Sure, there are obligations, but like this is about like deciding what you like to vibe on. And it's pointing down into this Page of Pentacles of like, okay, I'm rushing around like looking all over for hustling for my worth. But what do I want to do? You deserve to look at that honestly for yourself. You deserve to give yourself that justice. That siren knows. That's a cop card that we all know what kind of justice they serve. spoiler alert, it's not justice. Something's turned a different way than you thought it would, and it's like not necessarily because of anything you did. This Queen of Swords is jumping out at me, and I think there's like all this rushing around, this like but it's movement without, it's action without forethought. And like, take a beat. Just, can I say that? Just take a beat. Take a beat before you like get swept up in this for another round of this. You know, it's like these figures here, their hands are not bound. The chain around their neck is very loose. They can get out of that. And like, there are forces at work that we can't control, but we can control this. And I'm not talking about addiction. Like, addiction is an illness. Like, that's not a choice. What I am talking about is like your thought patterns. And like, there are more choices than getting off the ride and doing nothing. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, but if I do this a different way, then like everything else, like I either have to do this or it's this and I'm stuck. And like, where are you finding joy? And there's no room for like joy here. I do feel like these two cards like barely squeezed out. Like, cut through the bullshit. Cut through the bullshit. Like, whew, God. I think the eclipse got us all realizing a lot of things, and like the energy today is so resistant. It's so resistant. We've all realized a lot, and it's like we aren't quite ready to integrate it yet and incorporate it into our lives. And I get, like, same. I'm right there with you. It's fucking scary. But we can't turn our backs on what we know now. We just can't. You can't unlearn the things you've learned about yourself and about others and about how you've been showing up. And like take a rest. Take a rest. Think about what you want. Baby cakes, think about it. You're being called to shake something up here. Like, forget this for a second, like forget it, and go dancing. Like, go out in a safe way, you know, in a COVID safe way. Maybe it's an outdoor place, maybe it's somewhere not too populated, you know, maybe it's a vaccinated get together, like, and it is like we're all being called to rejoin our friends, and it's so anxiety inducing sometimes. But like, I think the momentum to get out of this is like, you might not want to, but if you feel like you can, if you can go there, do it. Go meet up with your friends, go to the party. And if you're there and you're like, I'm really not feeling this, I really do think I want to leave, leave. Make yourself a clean getaway. Don't go there with like needing to depend on a ride or somebody else depending on a ride from you. You know, if you're starting to feel that Four of Swords pull, like, I gotta rest, like, get out there, and like, this, you know, this tells me that you are making a boundary around getting back out there, and that's great. That's beautiful. That's what I want more of from all of us, like being honest with yourself and your boundaries. If somebody like really wants you at a thing, like, okay, I'll be there. I'll come for I can come from this time to this time, and then I've got another thing, you know, and maybe you don't really have another thing. Like, I'm not endorsing lying, but I'm endorsing like a boundary that is compassionate to another person. You know what I mean? I'm gonna bowl just like a few more. Okay. Yeah, okay. This is the big theme right now. I don't know. Did you pick another pile and you feel like this is really similar to another pile? I mean, yeah. Let me know in the comments. Do I need to shake this up? How should I shake this up? I'm pulling the Lovers. And I'm pulling Four of Cups. And I'm pulling Page of Swords on the back of the deck. This is like Aquarian dream big energy. You know what I mean? It's like look at our young hero picking up this huge sword. Like, okay, like, yeah. And it's here, it's like, wait, you mean there's another option? There is another option here? Yeah, hell yeah, baby cakes. Oh, loving yourself, baby. Are you like, find the joy and find the love in yourself? Like, you're rushing around to tend to like other people, but like turn that inward, put that energy towards you and water your garden, and like this chasing of this energy, you know, trying to like harness or harvest it and like put on a really good like it's like stop it. You're this figure, you are this and you are that. Duality, baby. You are this and you are that. You are this figure. Look what's growing in my garden. I don't fear what I know now because I know it's going to serve me and I know it's going to bring me medicine. And I don't need to leap at the very next opportunity that comes my way. I feel like this is always about, you know, in fear-based tarot, this is about like, oh, you're being a brat. No. Not every opportunity is the right size for us. If someone were to be like, Glenna, do you want a Porsche? Here's one for free. Okay, I live in New York City. Where am I going to park it that's safe? What's the insurance like? Actually, I don't need a Porsche. Like, I would rather have a different kind of car, actually. And like, that's not being bratty. That's like, it's like, capitalism wants us to grab at every chance as if it's like a scarcity, but opportunities are abundant. Maybe it'll go by, another one is meant for you. What is meant for us will not miss us. This figure's like, no, I'm good. I've got these three. I'm good. I don't need this one. But I know, like, it appeared here. Now I know another opportunity will appear again. Yeah. Love yourself. Okay, it feels so simplistic, and there's certainly like an overculture now of like, it's like competitive self-care, and they've really sold it to millennials of like who can care for themselves the hardest. But self-care is nuanced. It's not just bubble baths. It's like, are you holding yourself accountable? Are you being compassionate with yourself and with others? Are you being honest with yourself? It might be really hard to look at the way things are, but that is self-care too. And our self-care is part of activism. Like, our self-care is a part of how we take care of others. And it's like, it's not from the like rushing around, like, what do you need? And, you know, putting aside your own needs. Like, that's actually not selfless. That causes more harm. Show up for yourself. Show up for yourself first. Like, stop this loop of being like coming in like a white knight. And I think you're seeing that now, and it's hard for that illusion to break. And it's like, what am I without that? What am I without being that? Well, I don't know, you probably like are pretty incredible, you know? You're probably pretty incredible, and you should celebrate. Turn this guy back upright. You should celebrate yourself. And like, be unwavering in that. Be unwavering in your self-care and your self-love. and your boundaries. Don't go rushing around. Like, maybe, like, give yourself a break. It's okay if you're not available for that to help everybody. I'm gonna pick a part of this book. It's called The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. Just gonna find a random page and read from it. Most of the old moles I know wish they had listened less to their fears and more to their dreams. Here we've got the boy and the mole in the tree. This is a beautiful book. I ugly cried when I read it the first time. Whew. Okay, to send you on your way, there has been a lovely art installation, just like a 10-minute walk from where I live, and it's like a sticker dispenser machine, if you remember those. You like shove 2 quarters in and you pull out a little cardboard thing and there's a sticker inside. These are like little cardboard pieces of art. I just thought they made a great little deck. I like went bonkers and I got a whole bunch of them. The series is called Where Do We Go From Here? Oh, it says Into Your Arms, and this work is by Molly Mendoza. Yeah, people don't need you to show up as like this like valiant knight. What does tenderness look like in these relationships? What does like listening, like really listening and tenderness and tending? You don't have to be somebody's hero. You can just listen and say, I see you. That makes sense that you feel that way. Maybe that's for you. Maybe that's for somebody else. Yeah, these 2 figures are just holding each other. Maybe you gotta hold yourself a little bit. Just give yourself a good squeeze and say, you are loved and held. You are loved and held. Oh, that's nice. Okay. Thank you for being here. I wish you so much like love and nourishment on this like new self-inquiry. Yeah. If you feel called, you can like and subscribe. I would love to reach as many people as possible. And most of all, I just hope this was of service to you. So thank you for being here, and thank you for letting me read your cards. And I love you, and I'll see you next time. Hello. If you're here, it's because your intuition led you to this beautiful smoky quartz. And the deck you've chosen is the Lioness Oracle. Giving it a good little clearing here. ASMR. Yeah. Okay, so we're just looking at what you need to know right now, what you're unpacking from this wild eclipse season. Woo! 2 cards have already flown out. Are you feeling a bit defensive right now? Or like things you've built are falling apart? 3 more cards. Do we keep them? Oh, yes. Woo! Yes. Okay. 1 more. Okay. Okay, cool. So what's the story here? If you feel like you're starting over again, don't let emotions color the whole agenda. Does that make sense? Yeah, like feel your emotions. Your emotions have to be felt to process them, to get them out. But if we're leaning on the emotional experience as a fact to then push our workout, like, okay, well, I'll do this instead. It can be a little like it can throw off your integrity. Whew. Okay, so we can't always show up in our authentic self, right? Sometimes it's not safe to. Sometimes we don't know if it's appropriate. We have feelings of shame. We have to like dampen it down. But chasing an idea of shoulds is not the answer either. You know, I just gotta say, like, celebrating yourself is never foolish. But life is foolish, right? No, but celebrating yourself is actually like pragmatic. And it can feel silly because it's like, oh, like I'm a little weenie celebrating myself, but it's like, no, like we can't wait around for an external force to confirm that, right? And it's really, really hard because like that inner kid in us is like screaming out for like a pat on the head. And I don't say that with judgment. Like I say that fully having lived that experience as well. Like we're screaming out, like, please somebody like give me my badge, give me my like, oh, good job, kiddo. And this, you gotta say good job, kiddo, to yourself. Because what you're working towards, is it what you want? It probably doesn't feel right because it's not what you want, actually. You know, it's a general reading, so I can't, you know, take what works and leave the rest. What I will say is like we're starting out with the 5 of Wands and the 3 of Pentacles and the 7 of Wands. Oh, the 7 of Wands was reversed. There's so much here. Things are messy and maybe it's throwing off this 3 of Pentacles, everything you've worked for. But I don't think, I mean, I don't know, ask yourself, ask collaborators around you, like if someone you trust, hopefully you're working with someone you trust. And if you're not working with anybody you trust, that's maybe some good information to have. And I hope that you can change that situation. I hope you're in a position to change that. This 7 of Wands, sometimes hypervigilance is called for, and it's certainly a trauma response, right? We've learned that can keep us safe, and it can look like a lot of different things. It can look like shutting down, hiding, maybe going towards the danger. Our body is perceiving a danger though, and reversed, it's like, okay, there really might be something you need to be on guard for, or maybe there's not. And we have a moment between the stimulus and our reaction where we can think and we can respond instead of react. And so whatever's happened here, it might feel a little bit shaky. And I see you trying to begin with something else here in the 8 of Swords. A new idea is churning in this brain factory. And it might be something a little bit sentimental in the 6 of Cups. And that, I don't know if that is how you want to perceive, but if we're looking back in sentimentality, is it something coming from a place of authenticity? Is it something coming from our lived experience right now? Because 10 of Pentacles reversed tells me that there's maybe a goal of a cookie cutter to fulfill, but what society wants us to do and what society deems as successful and like legacy, is that what you think? Do you agree with that? Maybe you do. Taking it over real quick to the traditional Rider-Smith-Waite depiction of 10 of Pentacles. So we've got here, first of all, Pentacles are not about money, okay? Pentacles are not about money. I could go on and on about money. I'm learning a lot about it in Money Magic by Alice Sparkly Cat. This is about the, as it says, the etymology of Saturn and the moon, but it's kind of about the invention of money. I digress. The Ten of Pentacles. Okay, I think the Ten of Pentacles is asking us to imagine ourselves as this older figure here. And we're looking to the past. Six of Cups, looking to the past. And I think it's asking us, like, when you get to the end of your life, what work will you have hoped that you contributed to this earth while you were on it? And looking back in a way of not currently looking back in nostalgia, but like imagining ourselves into the future and looking back of like, what would I have hoped I would have done? What dream do I hope I would have followed? Is it my parents' dream? Is it my significant other's dream? Or was it my dream? And how did it reduce suffering, and how did it contribute to the good of community and the good of the world? Big question, I know. Start small. I don't have any answers. I'm sitting here on a floor pillow in my underwear, honestly. So I think that's what the and in reverse, it's like, okay, are you being honest with yourself? What kind of questions are you asking? And I see it all kind of cycling in the Eight of Pentacles here, of like, it's like Eight of Pentacles is like, oh, I still haven't answered that question. I thought I was doing it. The work still has to go on like this though. I thought it was going to look a lot different by now. I thought I had put enough out there for it to be different now, and it's maybe it doesn't feel any different yet, but is difference the signature of growth? Is outward difference the signature of growth? You know, again, seeking that outward approval. Is that really the significance of growth? You know? Does that make sense? What is the invitation for the group to follow this Ten of Pentacles? Okay. So we've got the hanged one. I like to call it suspension. So we've got the suspended one. Look at this. There's cacti all around. And then on the back of the deck, we've got the Empress reversed. Look at this Empress card. I love it. Yeah, this is our first major arcana. Oh, actually, no. This is our first major arcana, followed up by this second one. I think there's something that really wants to come forth in you, and it may take a little patience, but widen your scope to receive it. Does that make sense? Like, think maybe you are ready to be stepping into the, I see that like maybe there's hesitation to step into the Empress because it's reversed. And like to get it, you know, reversals, it's like, it can be really small little shift to get it to just, so like, look at this Empress feeling themselves, you know, there's like, they've received this, they're really vibing with themselves, like, yeah, Empress is fecund. It's like, think of like the tastiest fruits, the juiciest ripeness. It's like I'm gonna do my thing because I know what is for me to receive, whether it's, you know, from community or it's from inspiration. And I know what is not for me. And maybe this 10 of Pentacles cookie cutter dream I had set myself up for is not what I want to be bringing into this next cycle. I will like put all of this down actually. Yeah, what do you want to take with you? And what do you, at the 10 of Wands, we've got a lot going on maybe. There's a burden on our back. We're like, God, how to get all these wands? Sometimes we're like, okay, I've got all these wands now. And like, here I go. Okay, these are my wands. But sometimes it's like, do I even want half of these? Sometimes it's like, oh, maybe somebody could take care of this other wand for me. It's like, it's that releasing though. It's like, whew. Don't switch on to autopilot here. Back of the deck, there were 2 more cards. You can still have drive, ambition, momentum, while following this Empress energy in this like soul-based path. Queen of Pentacles knows how to compartmentalize. She's not checked out though. And this 6 of Swords, it's like shit happens. Like maybe things got really messy here. It happens. In every creative endeavor, it happens. But as we're in the 6 of Swords, don't just drift out to sea like, goodbye, everyone. Like, consciousness, like, be present. Be present with every part of this. It's maybe confusing and you're maybe questioning a lot, but be present in that. I wanted to draw a clarifier from another deck, and it's 8 of Pentacles again. So like, you've built a lot, and if it's gonna change now, that's okay. You can keep building. There's like just an energy here I'm picking up on, but I don't know quite what it is. And so I feel myself reaching for a lot of different decks. And it feels like a liminal space, perhaps. So I reached for postcards from the liminal space. And this flew out, Haunted by Ghosts. Whatever is compelling you to continue on this path that you know isn't serving you, is that yours? Was it somebody else's dream for you? Do you feel guilty? Like maybe somebody really did. I mean, we can be haunted by living things. Social media is a specter. I feel haunted by my phone every day. This is like, clear out, like re-energize yourself somehow, like clear out the energy in your space, whatever that means to you. Throw open the windows and burn some incense, like get the cobwebs down, like, I don't know, maybe see an energy healer if that's something you're drawn to. Like, there's a stagnant energy. I'm picturing like a pool of water just filling and filling and filling, and it's like murky and muddy now, and it's just kind of like, and it's like lulling you to sleep a little bit. Just be like, okay. But like this Empress energy is calling to you. Empress is not haunted by ghosts. This is like step 3 of the journey. They're not bringing that with them. Let's read from the book of Postcards from the Liminal Space. Haunted by ghosts, or to be held hostage by the past due to the persistence of a repressed, unresolved thing. While frightening, it is advised that the haunted address their ghosts fully or risk becoming ghosts themselves. Torment could be connected to an intentional refusal to listen. Like death, ghosts are not necessarily welcome visitors, but they have a key to every home. Another word for ghosts in this case could be ancestor or memory. Yeah, I feel that. that's fucking with you heavily right now, I think. That could be, you know, maybe it's not specifically that for everybody, but that flavor is in there. And maybe it's diluted more in your case, or maybe it's really concentrated in your case. I need something to like break this up, like massage this out. I'm gonna find a random page and read something from How to Do Nothing, because I think you need to like pause and reflect right now. Okay. Certain people would like to use technology to live longer or forever. Ironically, this desire perfectly illustrates the death drive at play in the Manifesto of Maintenance Art. Parentheses, separation, individuality, avant-garde par excellence, to follow one's own path, to do your own thing, dynamic change. End parentheses. To such people, I humbly propose a far more parsimonious way to live forever. To exit the trajectory of productive time, so that a single moment might open almost to infinity. As John Muir once said, longest is the life that contains the largest amount of time-effacing enjoyment. And I think that is where I will leave you. Put down your phone, give it a curfew, shut it off at 9 p.m., stop checking email at 8 p.m., break up this mush here that's collecting around you with shoulds. Yeah. Okay. Get unhaunted. Get unhaunted, please. Yeah, get unhaunted. Get an exorcism going. Exercise and exercise, you know what I mean? If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe. Like, you know, let's get on this algorithm's good side. And I love you, and thank you for coming by. Bye. Hey. If you're here, your intuition led you to this stone that I found on Brighton Beach in London. Whoa. Uh-oh, shit. Just quite a day with fire, I've got to say. I caught my hair on fire this morning. I talk about it in my last video, so check that out. Okay, first card coming up, Daughter of Cups, Daughter of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Shuffle it a little more. The Fool, Daughter of Swords. Wow, so much page energy here. Four of Cups, reversed. Yeah, some of these are reversed, but I'll get into that. More Son of Cups, Eight of Pentacles on the back of the deck. Okay, so starting fresh, I feel. There's like a fresh feeling. It's not one that is disillusioned in any way. Yeah, dude, dang. Like, do you even need this reading? Like, you have, see, okay, yeah, okay. So there's maybe a little grief here, though. It's what brought you here. Yeah, okay. You've been through something here, but you're doing good. You're doing a good job. You're doing magnificently. It's a lot to walk with. It's heavy to carry. But you're doing all the right things. And it's hard when it doesn't feel like there is a right thing, right? Sometimes nothing feels good, but you are doing it. You are, I promise you. Maybe I can't know that about everybody because it is a general reading, but what I do know from these cards is that there's a lot of gentleness happening. And if there isn't, if you're like, no, I've been really hard on myself, then please be gentle with yourself here. There's like some real shit that's gone down. Oh yeah, I think I pulled more cards and I didn't say anything. I pulled additionally Son of Cups, the Star reversed, the Five of Cups, and Two of Pentacles reversed. And so it's like, I think you're walking this line of like, how do I hold my grief and then still do the things I need to do in this world? And it's hard. That's tough because like we have jobs, we have families depending on us, we have other people depending on us, we have a lot to do with our material body, and we have to tend our soul, right? And it's like we can take care of ourselves in very simple, small ways. And maybe it's not the whole, like, nothing is a clean 100% fix, right? And I think you know that. Page of Cups, Daughter of Cups is all about that, like, sweet tenderness. It's very precious. It's like, wow, I've seen a lot. I know a lot of things now, and I still want to go forward. I still believe in something. And so how do I hold that and hold the suffering and the gloriousness of living? We do hold those at once every day. And your grief right now might feel like it's the whole book, but I'm telling you, with time, it'll feel like a chapter, and maybe it'll even feel like a page one day, just a page in the book of your beautiful life. And it's hard. Grief is hard, and like, it's like these spilled, that's devastating. But you know, here we are. We are not in a Pollyanna way, not in a toxic positivity way. We are gonna hold these two cups still. And like, one is wretchedness, one is glorious. And it's like, we step into that because we know we have work to do here. Daughter of Pentacles reversed. We know we have work to do here, and we know we're being called to do something here. We're like, when it's reversed, I think we're really, really thinking about what we want to do. And our work isn't necessarily our career or the thing that gets us through capitalism. It can be something outside of that. But like, just like listening, getting honest with yourself about what that is, because you're gonna take it out and serve it. I love this image for the Hierophant because like mushrooms like communicate with each other, right? It's like freaky. But yeah, there's just like, there's wisdom in like, I don't want to get flagged on this channel, but we know that there is a lot of wisdom that can come from nature, I'll say. And this is a call to get into nature, not necessarily like ingesting nature, if you know what I mean. It can be though, but get yourself to nature if you can, if that's available to you. And because like, you know, there's so much wisdom there, and the trees are just being trees, you know. They're like, hi, hey, thank you for coming. You know, what will get you to that place where you're like, hi, hey, I can interact with you. I can even be present for an audience. And your audience is maybe literally like in a theater, or maybe your audience is your children. Like we are observed, right? We are perceived. We can have an audience when we're not necessarily conscious of it. But this like wisdom and the things you've learned are like very that. And we all need to do that. We all need to step into that wisdom, into that awareness. It's time. As a collective, it's time. We are in a Hierophant year. It's time that we are our own Hierophants. We don't look to institutions necessarily anymore, or systems of power that have been oppressive or exclusive or classist. We are stepping into our own wisdom. And the world might not be ready for it yet. People look at the fool, and they're like, wow, what are they doing? We're all fools. We are all fools. Why, like, what's it like to know everything? Person who thinks the fool is like an idiot. We're all foolish. Life is foolish. And so like, if you're gonna step into that, you know, beautiful, Hierophant, Fool, Daughter of Swords, reversed, like, dream big. Drink water. Oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty. Step into that and get a plan about it. Okay, you're having a respite, but you're gonna be stepping out of it soon, I think. The star is capital R, rest. Everything's just been torched by the tower. You can't immediately start building again, or if you do, you're just going to make the same mistakes. Like there has to be a beat in there to like galvanize and solidify, like, what do I want to do differently this time? Son of Cups can make that happen. Son of Cups can get that dreaminess of the Daughter of Cups. It's an in-out energy, right? In the page / Daughter of Cups, we're going in and we're like, oh, how do I hold all of this at once? I just do. I hold it all. I hold the suffering and the beauty. It's all there. How do I go on then? In the next energy, we take it out and we're like, okay, like the progression of that is like, okay, and I can maybe speak to how I can show up in the world in this way, because we can't stay in forever. We got to take it out. And so the Son of Cups is like, okay, I'm here. What can I do while I'm here? How do I show others? How can I be a container, a vessel, without letting these cups tip too far one way or the other? We don't tip too far into like, oh, it's glorious, it's beautiful, and we come like love and light, but we aren't tipping so far into life is wretched and the world is terrible. Like the Son of Cups, regardless of gender, like these are the names, but it's regardless of gender. In this energy of the cups, of the water suit, we're keeping that glass from tipping over. We're doing something for ourselves to be a container. And it's like, it's not selfish. It's how we are able to move in the world. We have to move in the world. We have to move in the world. We have to. And it's like, this energy is here to tell you, yes, you can do it. You might feel so tender right now. This message might not be for you, but you might be feeling so tender right now. Ugh. But trust yourself that in time, you know, maybe you're still in the star a little bit, there will be a time to come back out. And that you're meant to, because you're meant to bring this tenderness out. A pillar of tenderness. Yeah, and get really curious, dream big about, like, there's room for that. There's room for that. Innovate how that can look, because it's possible. We can be powerful and so soft. 8 of Pentacles on the back of the deck. Yeah, we just don't go through here unchanged, right? If somebody does, I'm so sorry for them, but we don't go through it here unchanged. And the things we've always done, like, don't get hung up on that, but do focus on how you want to go now with this lesson and this tenderness, you know? Yeah, Mother of Pentacles is here. Again, it's like these other figures are here to, like, protect you and like let you know it's safe. It's okay to go slow. It's okay to take pride in your home, really get your home in order. I'm gonna pull, this deck was calling out to me. Oops. It's Postcards from the Liminal Space. I don't think that deck is in print anymore, but I believe a new version of it is coming. It's sort of like Morgan's tarot, not Morgan Greer's tarot deck, but this like oracle deck called Morgan's Tarot. It's very interesting. Okay, yeah, I thought. The Wound and the Gift. Let's read, shall we? So this goes out to, like, mama trauma, unhealed wounds, generational trauma, grief. This goes out to you. The Wound and the Gift. This unlikely duo is a cyclical companionship that transcends time and space. reaching into the furthest corners of the known universe and likely beyond. Collisions creating worlds, fires creating new life. You are the result of a multidimensional impact on an energetic, spiritual, and physical level. And while it may seem commonplace to you, considering the abundance of human life on your planet, it is almost statistically impossible. You see, the wound and the gift is a game of perspective. The wound brings the gift, and the gift heals the wound. But until we've been able to see the distinctly similar origins between the two, until the lava has cooled and the fire burned to ash, a new world, new life can't be formed. You are meant to heal and be healed. Where you have been is not where you are going. The only thing that matters now is how you decide to use your gift. The wound is the opening from which you may rebirth yourself, and the place you will return to create something still greater. That's spoopy. That's a lot of what we covered. I love tarot so much. Life is magic. Where you've been is not where you are going. You are meant to heal and be healed. But until we've been able to see the distinctly similar origins between the two, until the lava has cooled and the fire burned to ash, a new world, new life can't be formed. The only thing that matters now is how you decide to use your gift. That feels very beautiful to me. I'm calling this deck the Where Do We Go From Here? It's a collection of work from artists that came from a pop-up art installation. I'm going to take 2 cards from here because this one says, I don't know, but drink a glass of water. I knew I felt so thirsty for a reason, Jesus. And then the other one is along for the ride, which, you know, maybe this... We're all just chugging through here. We're all just passing through. Yeah, wow, there's something like deep and profound going on here. Something so tender. So please be tender and gentle with yourself. Be so gentle. Just feeling a lot of love. Yeah. I don't really have anything like funny to say. Like, just be so gentle. Okay. Oh, I know. Send you on your way with... I'm just going to read a random page from here. Doing nothing with friends is never doing nothing, is it? Asked the boy. No, said the mole. So, that message is for... I don't know who that message is for. That's from the book, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse. My therapist told me about this book. And when I read it the first time, I cried so hard. It's a masterpiece. Now that feels good. That feels good now. Okay, I feel like I can send you on your way now. I hope messages got to you that you needed, and that this was of service to you. I hope you feel nourished and uplifted. I hope you're holding yourself with so much tenderness. And I love you. And share this with anybody who you feel like might need it. I love reaching as many people as possible. So I would be endlessly grateful to you if you helped that happen. Okay, I'm gonna go now. And I love you, and I will see you next time, I hope.